Luzon, DZEL 1260 sa Southern Taga, DYFX 1305 sa Visayas at DXED 1224 sa Southern Mindanao. Ito ang Radyo Agila. Mabilis, malakas, pumapagaspas.
Ready to achieve your dreams? Welcome to New Era University, the gateway to your future. With campuses at Quezon City, Pampanga, Batangas, Cotabato, and Rizal. A non-sectarian institution offers top-notch education and a vibrant community. Enroll now for this semester starting on January 15, 2024. And take the first step towards your professional journey. And the best part, you can start for as low as 2,000 pesos. Join our family and be part of a legacy built on academic excellence. New Era University, where your ambition meets opportunity. Visit our website at www.neu.edu.ph or email info@neu.edu.ph or call 8981-4221. New Era University, dedicated to excellence and service to humanity.
Mga bagong kaalaman sa siyensiya at teknolohiya. Alamin sa programang Pinoy Scientist. Tuwing Linggo, alas 5 ng hapon hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Pinoy Scientist. KBP Best Science and Technology Radio Program. Pinoy Scientist. Dito sa Radyo Agila.
Ito naman po magandang hapon sa lahat ng mga tagapakinig ng Radyo Agila. Ako po Pinoy Scientist, Dr. Casper at Dr.
Ako po naman si Doc JD. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat at salamat sa ating mga panauhin ngayon. Medyo nabigla ba? So, pagka-imbita, no? Pero sige lang. Salamat sa inyo. Pinapauna ko na Doc Casper kasi syempre, yun nga, medyo naiba yung ating day. Anyway, sige, mamaya tayo magpaliwanag konti at tayo muna ay bumati. Bumati ka muna, Doc Casper, at susunod ako sa'yo.
Babatiin ko yung kaibigan ko sa Philippine Science High School na classmate ko, batchmate ko sa Philippine Science, batchmate ko sa UP Molecular Biology, Biotechnology, Bachelor's of Science, si Attorney EJ Baranda, happy birthday, BFF. Ayan, Doc JD, ikaw naman.
Okay po, babatiin ko pa rin yung aking mga sumasali sa tawag dito sa ating pong salitang Tagalog, balikan para di malimot ka. So, hindi masadala yung aking lista, kaya pasensya na lang ulit sa mga taong patuloy na tumatangkilik po na aking pong laro at sa susunod na pong linggo natin babatiin sila. Patuloy po silang sumasali doon at palagay ko naman ay may nangyayari naman Doc Casper. No? Nababalikan yung mga salita natin na hindi na nagagamit. Yeah. At yun nga, kailangan mahalin natin ang ating sariling kita. No? So yun, ang babatiin ko naman sa birthday ay ngayon, meron kaibigan ako sa US, si Erin Tamayo, isa siyang psychiatrist sa United States at birthday niya today. And yun, kumari ko yan kasi ninang siya ni DX. No? So yun, at saka si Teresita Mendoza, na dating nag-dean siya ng CAM, College of Allied Medical Professionals, so UP Manila, birthday din niya.
Dr. JD, nakikita na natin ngayon ang ating mga panauhin. Yes. At si Kyla. Hello, Kyla. Scientist.
Yes, hello po.
Ayan. Kyla at saka si Nathan. Si Kyla, I think, is a mechanical engineer. Am I correct?
Yes po, mechanical engineering student.
And a major in parang railway technology or?
Yes, railway specialization po.
Meron palang JD.
Meron palang gano'n, so hindi ko masyadong mga sa engineering.
I think mga bagong trend yan ngayon sa engineering, yung talagang very specialized kasi syempre, multidisciplinary. And speaking of multidisciplinary, Nathan, hi Nathan, you're our civil engineer, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon po. Currently po, first year civil engineering with railway specialization din po.
Ayun, Doc JD, ibang klase na ngayon, di ba?
Bago yan, hindi yan gano'n pa, noon. Kasi, mga mechanical engineering, civil.
Oo.
Parang hindi masyado, no? Baka
At
ito na yung mga bagong
At syempre,
fields.
Ate Suki. Suki na natin to sa Pinoy Scientist.
Si Engineer
Engineer
Marcos.
Marlo Madrio. Hi.
Good afternoon.
At syempre, nasan po kayo, Engineer? Nasa Singapore?
Currently, nandito sa bahay, sa Mbawang, Singapore.
Sa Singapore si Sir.
Yes.
Diba? Kaya nga, di ba?
And amazingly, to si Engineer Marlo ay pumunta sa Pilipinas. At nag-mentor ng mga kabataan. Ito po si Kyla at saka si Nathan. At sino pa, Kyla, ang mga kasama ninyo na mga classmates ninyo or kasamahan nyo sa Fiati Railway Society?
Oh, can I make a shout out for each one of them po?
Yes.
Yes,
sure.
please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, first and foremost, I would like to shout out our former president, Carl Janko. He and our former treasurer, Kuya Ralph Reyes, both of them are also mechanical engineering with railway specialization, but they're in the third year, as I am in the second year. So both of those students serve somehow like our advisor na rin po. So both of them are the ones guiding us in our organizational activities. So basically, they're the pillars of our organization. So shout out to my classmates, Erich Stoffer Macaldo, my vice president, Rashid Martinez, Carl Benson Damagan, Cyril Sapotalo. So all of them are second year mechanical engineering students as well. So they are my classmates basically. And to my juniors, Miles Santos and Sean Anthony Stanislao. So they are our juniors, our first year students. Yes. Lawrence
Nathan.
from
Okay.
our IT.
Yes, si Lawrence Garcia, right? Nathan, may babatiin ka ba?
Go ahead, Nathan.
Medyo kinakabahan lang po ako further kasi first time ko po ito po interview eh.
Relax lang,
Si Kyla,
relax. Chill lang tayo
ito si
dito,
Kyla,
chill.
tignan mo si Kyla, mukhang biyasang-biyasa sa ano.
Relax lang. Go ahead, Nathan.
Yes,
Yan
Nathan.
po, so gusto ko rin po i-shout out din ang Fiati Railway Society with the members Delphine, Sean, Miles, Kuya Cyril. We have also our treasurer din po si Benson, our audit and our Vice President, Erich, our President also Kyla, at yung dalawa rin po namin parang advisor and kuya na po namin na sina Carl at saka si Ralph. At syempre, hindi mawala ang aming PR team, ang PR ng aming group po na si Delphine. Gusto ko rin pong i-shout out sa radyo na ito ang aking former high school alma mater, which is the San Rafael National Trade School, na kung saan po ako nagtala magkaroon ng passion sa innovation. Yun lang po.
Wow.
San Rafael yan ang technological. Yan ay sa Nabotas?
San Rafael National Trade School po in San Rafael, Bulacan.
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 Kasi meron din San Rafael yata.
Bago tayo magtulaan sensya segment, Doc
Sige.
JP, Marlo, Engineer Marlo, sinong nais mong batiin?
Okay, I would like to acknowledge and give a shout out to Dr. Ryan Evangelista from ICPEP and Engineer Klaus Oriola, who is the current president of PSME Society, and a good friend of mine who actually was so kind to me long time ago, who taught me computers, who was very patient. His name is James Joseph Eugenio, without which all of these things hindi ko naman magagawa. He gave me access to knowledge na beyond me before.
And the knowledge sharing, Marlo. Okay, Doc JD, ano ang tula natin sa hapon na ito? Nakagawa ka na din ng tula, no?
Ay, kasi nga, yung aming computer, hindi ko nadala dito, so hindi ko dala yung talagang tula. Pero yung tula na ginawa ko kanina ay ipopost ko na rin. Pero ito na lang ang babasahin ko, no? So medyo ngayon lang ko ginawa ito. So na po, ang tula natin, accelerometers, pioneering Philippine Railways. No? Di ba yan ang titulo o theme ng inyong ginawang ipinanalo ninyo sa 2024 Science and Technology Expo, Research Expo, ano? Diba? Sa Science and Tech. So ito
Yes
po,
po, correct.
ayan, sige. Sa programa ngayong hapon, pakinggan ang ibabahagi sa nasyon. panalo sa 2024 SNT Research Expo Competition na may kinalaman sa transportasyon. Mga miyembro ng Philippine Railway Society na ang mga ideya ay makakatulong na mabuti para mapaunlad ang railway system na kailangang maigi upang maibsan ang suliranin ng marami. Si Ms. Kayla Jaren Salientes ang isa sa bumuo ng society at pangulo nila kasalukuyan, tama? Second year student na BS Mechanical Engineering ang kurso niya, sadyang may talento at kay galing talaga. Sunod naman ay si Nathan Diyos Ingala. Galing at husay din ay gagamitin para sa bukas na mahalaga. First year pa lang ay kapikitaan na ng potensyal niya, kaya kailangang inspirasyon ay magpatuloy pa. Sunod na panauhin ay si Engineer Marlo Magbio, Systems and Control Engineer ang kanyang titulo. Nasa Singapore siya pero kay laki ng tulong sa mga Pilipino, siya ang pinaka-mentor at konsultant ng grupo. Kaya pakinggan ang panayam, alamin ang galing ng ating mga kabataan. Nawa ay magawa nga ito sa ating bayan para naman ang hirap ng ating mga mananakay ay sadyang maibsan. Salamat po, Happiness. Pwede po ang pala at back to you, Doc Caster.
Ang oras natin ay 11 minuto makalipas ang ikalima ng hapon Philippine Standard Time. Magbabalik po ang Pinoy Scientist at pag-uusapan natin mamaya ang tungkol sa inobasyon ng Philippine Railways kasama si Engineer Madrio, Kyla at Nathan.
Ang init naman, kahit sa loob ng bahay.
Ngayong tag-init, nag-iisip tayo ng mga kaparaanan para mabawasan man lang ang init sa loob ng bahay. Kaya malaking tulong ang mga sumusunod na tips.
Makatutulong kung maglalagay tayo ng halaman sa loob at sa labas ng bahay para bumaba ang temperatura.
Meron na ngayong nabibili na kung tawagin ay sunshade nets. Nakatutulong ito bilang proteksyon at hindi direktang pumapasok ang matinding sikat ng araw. The best itong gamitin sa open spaces, gardens, and nurseries.
Siyempre, malaking tulong kapag maayos ang ventilasyon. Buksan ang mga bintana at pintuan para umikot ang hangin.
At iminumungkahi ng mga arkitekto na pinturahan ang bahay ng tinatawag na heat-reflective roof paints para makabawas sa init.
Now, alam ko na ang gagawin.
Mga bagong kaalaman sa siyensya at teknolohiya. Alamin sa programang Pinoy Scientist. Tuwing Linggo, alas 5 ng hapon hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Pinoy Scientist. KBP Best Science and Technology Radio Program. Pinoy Scientist. Dito sa Radyo Agila.
Scientist ako po si Dr. Castro.
At ako po naman si Doc JD. So, yun.
Yes, Dr. JD, kasama natin ngayon si Nathan, Kyla, and Engineer Marlo. At pag-uusapan natin ngayon yung topic na malapit sa puso ng mga Pilipino. Ito yung transportasyon. At alam mo Doc JD, yung elementary ako ay unang itinayo ang LRT or Light Rail Transit at nauna pa pala tayo sa Singapore. O isa tayo sa mga pioneers sa ASEAN. But somehow nakikita naman natin ngayon ang tindi ng problema. Bilang ako isang commuter ay talagang hirap na hirap pumasok sa opisina. So, nais natin malaman sa hapon na ito. Ano ba ang nangyari? Bakit ba tayo somehow nag-lag behind? At bakit ang ating mga commuters ay talagang nangangarap na sana'y bukas sa susunod na taon, sa susunod na dekada ay masolusyonan na ang problema na ito.
Pero, Doc Castor, magbigay din ako ng aking flashback. Kasi natatandaan ko ng year 1979, punta ko sa CLSU sa Nueva Ecija, ay umaandar naman doon ang Philippine National Railroad, ang tawag natin yung PNR. So merong biyahe from Silasyo, papuntang San Jose, yung mga Gimba, yung mga ganon. So talagang meron na tayong sistema noon ng Philippine National Railways. Ang nagkataon lang ay parang hindi siya parang napaunlad, no? Yan naman ang akin sa tingin ko. At na-dominate yung mga single natin, mga vehicles. At yung ating mass transport system ay naiwanan. Yan ang talagang katotohanan. At tanggapin natin ang katotohanan na hindi ito napagtukunan mabuti ng pansin at ngayon tayo nagpupumakog o sabihin natin na kasi nakita natin sa mga ibang bansa ang talagang kahusayan ng mass transport system na gamit ang tuwing. Pero hindi bale, talaga nga nandun pa rin ang ating pag-asa na masusolusyonan itong problema ng transportasyon sa
Pag-asa, Doc
Diba?
JD, ay pag-asa ay ang mga kabataan na nakikita natin ngayon.
Correct.
But before we delve into their innovation na
Yes,
makakatulong talaga sa ating mga kababayan, tanungin natin si Engineer Marlo. Ano ba nangyari?
Bakit nga ganon?
Ano ba ang sakit na iyong sakit ng damdamin na nararamdaman mo tungkol sa ating Philippine Railway?
Ganito kasi yan. What I found out is, okay, we were ahead of Singapore by as much as 4 or 3 years when our LRT1 got constructed. However, the thing is, what's the big difference? Here in Singapore, what I can say is, what I can be proud of is actually good governance. And with good governance comes all things that are efficient. Sadly, Philippine Rail, especially PNR and LRT1, LRT2, have come into wanton disrepair, wanton disarray for a lot of reasons. For one thing, you cannot blame the Filipino engineers that have been employed by these companies uh, to leave the country and actually seek for greener pastures. The thing is, the people who joined LRT1, LRT2, and all the rest uh, during the project days are no longer with the company, and they most likely have ventured into greener pastures sa ibang bansa. And the thing is, we should be cognizant that mass rail transport is actually the solution for us to move forward as a country in order to spur the economy. And without recognizing this, that the Philippines actually needs mass rail transport system, we will always be in a trap whereby we have mediocre solutions. Oo, andyan ang mga
Tama.
jeepney, mga tricycle. Pero the Philippines, the population have gone leaps and bounds, and because of rapid urbanization, the answer actually is
Hindi na
mass
talaga
rapid
kakayanin,
transport.
Doc.
Hindi na kaya.
But Marlo ha, yung dyan sa Singapore, ilang kay Pilipino? Baka naman mga Pilipino din na nagpapatakbo niyan.
The thing about it is, when it comes to hard work, like working for rail, the sad thing is, the locals actually don't want these kinds of jobs where it's hard, you perspire, you experience pain, you experience hardships. Gone were the days during the 90s where the parents of these current population
Mm.
were the ones who
Yes.
built the infrastructure out of their hardships. Sadly, when I came here, batang paslit naka-iPhone na, which means nawala na yung desire sa kanila to really magpursige. And then, yun na nga, working for rail is not a glamorous job, mind you. Mahirap, mabigat, masakit sa katawan, pagpapawisan ka, and it's very dangerous. Yung first batch ng tinuruan ko sa PUP-RE, I concentrated on rail operating procedures for the very reason that I fear for their lives. They are enthusiastic dyan sa ganyang klaseng trabaho, pero I would want to arm them with the knowledge of safety. here in Singapore, I'm a safety Nazi when it comes to rail operating procedures. And second, I'm an engineer, so in my way, I was able to pursue innovation for rail. Kaya
Mm-hmm.
nga, kaya nga, with the guidance of Dr. Ryan Evangelista and Engineer Klaus Ariola, they have convinced me to actually teach for free. I don't ask for anything. So my goal right now is actually to leave a lasting legacy for Philippine Rail, and I would want to impart knowledge to the likes of Kyla, Nathan, Carl, Lawrence, and all the guys,
Mm-hmm.
so as to be part of the solution, address the future. Somehow, if I will be able to inspire them, they will be doing good, contributing to the greater good, and that would mean um, I would want them to take good care of the rail assets so that it will last for the next generation. Mind you, a 30, 40-year-old train system is just an infant. It is quite regular, especially in Europe, for a train system to be 100 plus years and
Mm-hmm.
running tip top. And it's because these things are really built to last. That's what I can say.
Ayan. So, thank you, Doc. Inspiring ka talaga.
Ako kinilabutan ako, Doc JD,
Kaya nga
kay
eh.
Engineer Marlo, kasi
Dahil yung,
marami tayong Pilipino na ganyan talaga, na talagang nagtrabaho sa ibang bansa,
pero ang puso
napakatagal,
inaiwan
puso ay
sa
naiwan
bansa. Di ba?
sa
So,
bayan
yan.
natin.
Oo. Pero ang tatanong ko, gusto kong tanungin si Kyla, no? Bilang siya ang kasalukuyang president, ano? Gusto ko lang magbigay ka ng konting description ng inyong society. Kasi parang bago pa lang itong inyong kailan ba ito nabuo, itong society nyo? Kasi ito yung Piatti Railway Society at diyan nga sila ang nanalo sa first prize, Doc Castor, sa hackathon.
Mm-hmm.
Oo. Sige, go ahead, Kyla.
I'm actually very glad you asked of the origins po. Actually, when I was in the first year, I was already asking Kuya Carl and Kuya Ralph if they want to create an organization. So I was really bothering them throughout my entire first year. And they told me that we can't do it right now. They said that we don't have enough members. I was like, okay, given. Well, then I bothered them again sometime around August last year in 2023. And they were like, okay, sure, yeah, we can do it now. But here's the thing, we need to do a bylaws. We need to write up, it's like the constitution of the organization. And so we were
Okay.
arguing back and forth who will be the president. So they were insisting that I become president first. And I was insisting that Kuya Carlos should be the president first since he has seniority and since he has vast knowledge compared to me. So when I came to Fiati, I barely had knowledge in railways. I was merely a commuter at best. So then they were like, okay, so write up the bylaws, and then by the end of September, we'll talk about it. If,
Last year.
yeah, just
Last
last
year lang
Last
month.
yan.
year lang,
Okay.
so barely 6 months.
Mm.
If you complete it, then great. If not, then it's okay. And knowing myself, I did complete it within like what, less than 2 days. So I've written the constitution, and they checked it, and they were amazed. I actually didn't know how to write the bylaws beforehand, so I really had to learn and then make it from scratch. So
Wala
just
pang chat
yeah,
GPT dyan, di ba, Kyla?
I
Wala pa.
really use my own how can I say this
Yeah.
po, skills for
Oo.
that. It's my
Mm.
blood, sweat, and tears in that constitution,
Very good,
basically.
very good. And congratulations. And now, nakabuo na kayo, sumali kayo sa 2024 SNT Hackathon at kayo ang napili. They are the first as leader, no, of the
Yes.
expo,
So
no?
yes.
Sige. So, Doc
Okay.
Astor.
Ako naman is, ang tanong ko dito is, give us a walkthrough ng innovation na inyong pinropose dito sa hackathon na ito. So, Nathan,
Sir, pwede po ulit na kasi medyo hindi po siya audible sa end ko po.
ano yung innovation na inyong pinresent dito sa hackathon ng railway?
So during the SNT po, pinresent namin yung innovations namin, which is an accelerometer which aims po to help railway operators na paano po nila ma-reduce yung maintenance cost ng isang tren at the same time improving the efficiency of the railway line.
Hmm.
Paano?
Accelerometers.
First po, actually yung ano lang po ito, nag-came up lang, nag-usap-usap lang po kami as members, parang nag-came up lang po siya ng biglaan po sa amin, nasabi po namin na, parang maganda tong accelerometer, parang kailangan natin to kasi minsan madalas sasakay tayo ng LRT1, mararamdaman natin biglang pepreno yung bagon, bigla siyang, paano ba maganda term, bigla siyang sisirit na
Mhm.
mag-accelerate bigla. So minsan parang nasasaalang-alang din yung safety namin ng nandiyan na may natutumba, may ibang cases din po na kagaya rin po ni China one time na nakwento po sa amin na dahil po sa ganong situation sa LRT1 plus dagdag na rin po yung siksikan, nabasag po yung baunan niya, which which is sabi ko, it can pose a safety risk. So maybe we should create a product na puwedeng makatulong on the operators kung paano yung magandang gawin nila to reduce the problem, at the same time i-improve po yung efficiency nung line.
Ayan. Oo. So nakakatuwa kasi experiential, ano? Ginamit ko yung mga ideas na yun, ano?
Pain
Bali,
points, kumbaga, Doc JD.
ang galing. Kaya nga. So, yun, no? So, bali, ano na, bukod pa doon sa, ano, nahirapan ba kayo sa pag-conceptualize nito? Paano nyo yan na buo agad in such a
Yung,
short
oo.
period and first na agad kayo, nanalo talaga kayo dyan? Ano
Kailan?
yung, ano yung mga
Hmm.
difficulties na encounter?
Yung journey
I
nyo
wouldn't,
sa innovation, kwentuhan nyo kami.
I wouldn't say it's easy. So we have currently 6 projects going on. Accelerometer is just one of them. It's actually the second project. It's not the flagship project. So when we were about to pass the papers for SNT Expo, we were supposed to pass all 6 of them. But they had complications and formats like, hey, you need to do this. So at the last moment, we were only able to pass one. So basically, our organization had one entry to make it big, you know.
Mhm.
So it's a very huge risk on our behalf. It's a challenge as well. And the journey of making, conceptualizing basically was not easy. So when we had the design thinking seminar with Engineer Marlu in January, I believe, we conceptualized it on the spot. So when I was writing up the draft before the abstract, so I was the one who made that as well, and I did it in less than 30 minutes, I believe, for the entire 5 additional projects that we had. So from there, we drafted the abstract after that, and then the extended abstract before the passing of the papers for entry. So we were talking to each other and we were brainstorming ideas for what to put in the abstract or even the general outline of the paper. So in reality, it was really arduous for us because it was a long process. There were a lot of sleepless nights as well. So best to say it was worth it for all of us.
Kaya sinabi mo kanina tungkol sa design thinking process.
Oh
So,
yeah.
ano ang pain point or problema na na-capture sa inyong isipan at puso kaya kayo nakadevelop ng ganitong solusyon?
Mm-hmm. For us po kasi, it's about safety, first and foremost. I
Mhm.
think is the most important and crucial part of it all. I would also like to highlight comfortability and ease of traveling for passengers.
Yeah.
Safety is the first. I think for me, what comes next would be comfortability. As a passenger and as a commuter, I would like to feel comfortable within the train or within public transportation, basically. So, such instances of sudden accelerations and decelerations can be sometimes overwhelming, most especially when you don't expect it. I mean, yes, there are signs inside the train that there might be sudden stops, but of course, you could not mentally prepare yourself for that moment. So, that's the first thing that we thought about for that project specifically.
Follow up ko lang. So, wala pang accelerometers ang mga trains natin sa Pilipinas. Is that correct?
Yes, well, as far as I remember, there is no such thing like that. Although there are
Mhm.
automatic train operations for LRT2, LRT1 is different because it is manual, if I am correct, right, Nathan? It is.
Actually, LRT1 is somewhat in the ETC uses the ETCS, but it's manually operated due to the fact that ETCS level 1 doesn't provide automatic train operation.
Mm-mm. Ben,
Kaya
tanong lang
pala,
ako.
Doc
Oh,
JD, kaya pala pagdating ko sa LRT1, di ba meron doon yung mga para sa yung square na kung saan tayo
oh.
That's
tatayo.
actually, sir, what we
Kadalasan
call
hindi doon yung pintuan, hindi doon sa square nag-end up. Probably kasi nga manual siya. So, ang system nito ay ayun, tatakbo ka na naman at makikipaghabulan ka na naman sa pintuan. Probably that's the reason why kailangan talaga siguro is that Nathan a function of the lack of accelerometer ng LRT1?
yes, sir.
Pero kasi Doc Castor, matanong ko lang, no, this is, hindi ako ganun ka-familiar, pero yung
Mhm.
ating mga bagon, yung ating mga train na ganyan, saan ba yan, ginawa ba natin yan o in-import ba natin yan? Kasi parang tayo bang gumawa na yan na, kasi hindi ako ganun ka-familiar doon, pero parang, ay, galing ba saan yan? Tayo ba ang gumawa ng mga train na nakikita natin, sinasakyan natin? Kasi merong bagong na dumating. Yung dumating na bago na yan, red ang kulay, tapos ang lamig-lamig. O, di ba? Kasi alam kong pag red na, wow, masarap sumakay dahil ang lakas ng aircon. But ang tanong ko lang ay, tayo ba ang gumawa niyan? Sa Pilipinas ba yan galing o kung saan galing? Yan ang tanong ko.
Actually, ma'am, our trains po are currently being imported through our different manufacturers. So, currently, yung fourth generation po ni Line 1 was made by the Construcciones Auxiliar y Ferrocarriles or what we know as CAF. They have some notable projects na rin po gaya po ng Airport Express at yung mga bagon po na ginagamit sa Tongchong Line ni Mass Transit Railway sa Hong Kong. Isa rin po sila sa mga manufacturers ng train sets na ginagamit po ng British Rail. And yung mga trams po na ginagamit in the light rail system ng Taiwan, especially in Kaohsiung.
So, bali, yung accelerometer na yan, ilalagay nyo lang doon sa mga makina na yan. Parang hindi ko sabihin, meron lang imported na mga yung train, pero yung additional niya, yung innovation na yan, ay isang gadget ba yan? Anong itsura ba ng accelerometer na parang may, sa part ng machine ng ating train, ilalagay lang siya. Parang gano'n. Para siya
Actually po,
gumana.
ma'am, isa
Ano ba yun?
portable accelerometer po siya since it is
Okay.
battery operated also po, which is pwede po lang ilagay na lang po ni driver sa top
Ang
po ni
galing.
railway niya po.
Okay.
And meron po, nakakonect po siya through a wireless connection sa laptop, which provides na rin po yung data doon po sa laptop laptop na ipepresent po ni driver once na magkaroon ng problem po in for example, bigla pong nag-jolt bigla si train, may present niya po yung evidence sa operator na there's something wrong with the bagon ho or dun sa may part na yun na baka po tinamaan po si railheads nung isang specific na area po.
So, add-on gadget yan, Doc Astor,
Yes
no?
po,
Gadget
isang add-on
To
gadget.
enhance the
Ang galing,
safety
oo.
at saka efficiency ng train. Ngayon naisip ko is Nathan, nasabi nga ni Nathan na it's feasible a solution. Madaling i-interface sa current train system natin. Kayla, ang gusto kong malaman ay paano ba na-i-envision ang inobasyon na ito na magagamit ng ating train system? Kasi syempre, hindi lang siguro tayo contest lang and then pagkatapos ng contest mananalo and then magpipicture.
May kasunod yun, di ba, Doc
Gusto
Astor?
natin meron tayong ilalabas at ibibigay bilang isang mga ininyero para ma-improve ang buhay ng mga Pilipino.
Yes, of course naman po. There is like a process after that. So right now, we're in the process of drafting the entire paper. But at the same time, the entire methodology goes something like this. So we decided to have a 2-week observation in our chosen line. So specifically LRT1 because as we've mentioned, the issues that we've raised from earlier, so which is a very important factor of why we're doing this entire research. So the plan there is we already have an accelerometer in hand actually. So as I've said, there will be 2-week observations about the entire how can I say it? Throughout the entire line from the FPJ to Baclaran, we will try to travel that entire length. Then how can I say this? detect sudden decelerations, accelerations, and such. And of course, it's more like data gathering, but we're trying to prove a point that this is quite a very important issue that is very relevant and that is quite noticeable for many passengers. So, which is why, yeah, hopefully after we've done that, we are, uh, we might push for
Parang
implementation.
Mhm.
field test, meron silang unang field test. Parang ano, ang tawag ba doon? Doc?
Ah,
Bali, lab test. Eh, parang simple test
yes,
muna
oo.
bago sila mag
Engineer
talagang
Marlo, anong suggestion mo na maaari nilang gawin para ma-adapt ang teknolohiya na ito? Kasi it's very important that these technologies ay na nagawa ng mga kabataan natin ay makikita at nakaka-inspire ba, sa
oo.
ating mga
Okay,
kabataan.
as what I mentioned to them during our mini hackathon last January when I visited Fiat University, the best way for you to leverage on this technology is to be able for you to work with the rail operators in such a way that it's a constructive uh, means to correct any faults to enhance end user experience, the passenger experience. Here in Singapore, Alstom has embedded these uh, data loggers that have
Mhm.
GPS, that have other sensors, in order to comply with the regulatory body, which is the Land Transport Authority, in such a way to comply with KPI, key performance
Performance
indicators.
indicators, okay.
In the first place, what we have here is a robotics train. So Alstom is actually answerable with regards to safety and performance of the train to the Singapore public. And the way for Alstom to protect themselves is by way of a data logger, data gathering, audit by which everybody can agree upon on the performance of the train. So there are instances, yes, even though it's a robotics train, there would be instances where there's an e-brake that will happen. Either it would be software related, either it would be hardware related, but these things happen. And such kinds of events are actually captured and later on investigated on. So to answer your question, sa Philippines, the way for us to leverage this technology is actually implementing it in the same way. It's very easy to embed yung GPS, but it's one of many sensors that we can put in place. So in the case of GPS, you're actually getting GPS radio signals, minimum of three, and you're able to get the position. However, you can extrapolate data from this by way of displacement, and you'll be able to derive acceleration, you'll be able to derive deceleration, you'll be able to derive so many things. And if you couple this GPS with other sensors, like for example, a vibration sensor, couple it with the vibration sensor and then do a data logger by which you will be able to log the results onto a SD card or to a hard drive or to the cloud. There are corollaries and inferences that you will be able to derive. For one thing, for example, if you hear a cyclic sound, tig, 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 what
May
does that
sira, parang may sira na yung
May
yung
mean?
may, baka may crack yun. Okay.
Okay, tig, 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 tig is one thing. And
Kaya
then
daw,
tig, tig,
iba naman yun.
one thing, another thing. Okay, how do you differentiate between the two? If it's a cyclic, something like tick, 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 something wrong with the wheels of the train.
mhm.
Mind you that the running rail is harder than the wheels. The wheels are designed to wear out faster than the running rail. This is by design.
Mhm.
Hence, nauobalado yung gulong. Hence,
Okay.
you will be able to get some inference what's happening. Like for example, you're able to get displacement, and then you'll be able to hear this cyclic sound, tig 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 tig. It connotes that there's something wrong with the wheel. Obalado yung gulong. Here in Singapore, we have a special instrument called wild. Yung wild na yan stands for wheel something something, na ang nangyayari is kumukuha ng data tungkol dun sa gulong. Then what about yung tig, tig, tig? What about this kind of sound? It means that there's something wrong with the running rail. You'll be able to
Mm.
detect something na ginugulungan na hindi as cyclic and repetitive as kung yung gulong ang may problema. So if you'll be able to take note of the sound and where it comes from, yung PWay, yung Permanent Way Engineering team will be able to take note, and what we do is actually grind the rail to make it flat. We flatten the rail to prolong the life of the wheel. As long as the rail is not flat, the wheel mauobalado talaga.
Mm.
It's a cause and effect thing. So, if you be able to address all these things, yung pagkaobalado ng gulong at yung flatness ng rail, you will be able to promote end user experience that is deserved by the paying passenger. Hindi naman
Oo
pwede.
naman.
Do you remember a time in LRT3 about 3, 4 years ago, sobrang bagal ng tumakbo? And it's because laspag na yung running rail. And I bet
Mm.
you there was no maintenance dun sa running rail for the longest time. So, pag hindi mo siya inasikaso, sisirain lang yung gulong.
Ayan.
Tapos yung,
So
yung
kailangan itong mga sensors na ito, before I ask my question, na ilan bang sensors ng mga nakalagay sa mga train natin? LRT1, LRT2 and 3, and yung normal
halos
na
wala
train.
kasi nga, when we acquired this train per
Hindi pa.
specification, hindi siya data-driven eh.
But then,
Mm.
ibig sabihin mo, mas high-tech pa yung cellphone ko.
Of course,
Okay.
which is
Ayun,
true.
but these are all off-the-shelf technology. So,
That's right.
bakit hindi ito, sa tingin ninyo, mo engineer, nagagawa ng paraan knowing na itong napaka-content, napakaliit na teknolohiya na ito ay susi ng milyon-milyon na gagastusin
Tama.
prevent
Kasi ganito
uh,
yan.
for preventive maintenance ng train.
Yung operator, sadly, is not knowledgeable enough on how to properly operate the train system. Sabi ko nga, when we began the program, sabi ko nga na, ayan, yung mga unang engineer na part of the project, wala na. Nasa ibang bansa na sila.
In other words, ang kailangan natin is capacity building, and that's probably, I think, one of the reasons why Fiati University nakaisip ng ganitong programa. Kasi
That's right.
kailangan ma-update ang ating mga inhinyero, magkaroon ng interdisciplinary thinking, because itong mga sensors dito, I think one of your team is also from is an IT expert, right, Kyla?
Lawrence.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lawrence is from the IT department
Yes.
po.
Ituloy ko yung sinasabi ko, Caster.
Sorry.
The thing is, yung mga engineers na nasa organization ngayon, hindi sa minamaliit ko, pero they would lack the knowledge to really want to operate the rail in such a way that it's world class. So, hindi nila na-specify na to put it part of the train. In the first place, even yung manufacturer, mangingimi, maglagay ng isang device that can audit them, di ba?
Kasi bilang kasi ito gobyerno, so syempre minimum yung bidder natin, kailangan
That's right.
Kailangan, bakit mo lalagyan ng additional
Extra.
features to, matatalo ka sa bid.
True. Pero
so that's probably the logic behind giving only the basic. At ang basic nito
coming from the manufacturer, it's going to be very expensive, di ba? Pero coming from the ground up, like students like Kyla, Nathan, and all my team like Carl, I've inspired them to contribute their own little way sa innovation such that yun yung magiging contribution nila sa Philippine Rail. Much as I did here in Singapore, I was able to pursue
Correct.
innovation here in Singapore, and I'm very proud of it. That's why it's my goal to share the knowledge to how to do it. Mind you, that rail happens to be a very conservative discipline.
Mm.
Hindi basta-basta pumapayag ang rail operator, rail regulators to put something.
Mhm.
Pero Engineer Marlo, siguro kailangan lang talaga ng paliwanag, magkaroon ng dialogo, magkaroon ng concrete parang explanation na ganito ang magiging advantages at palagay ko naman ay bukas ang kanilang mga isipan kung para lang sa makakatulong na mapaunlad ang ating railway system.
Tama
Siguro
yan.
yun kailangan talaga mag-usap ng masinsinan na magkaroon ng paradigm shift on the part of those in the operations department na ito, mga bagong teknolohiya, inobasyon, ito po ang makakatulong at para happy na ang ating mga mananakay. Kasi unang-una, yun naman po ang gusto nating serbisyong dekalidad. Di po ba?
Doc JD, diyan din
Oh,
papasok ang Science and Technology and DOST.
yes.
So
Oo.
tulungan ng Department of Science and Technology sa
Yeah.
iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno, hindi lang ang iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno but even the private sector and the
Exactly.
university ay itong mga maliit na ambag nila Kyla and Nathan ay makikita natin na makakapag-iba ng scenario ng isang
Yes.
Actually,
commuter.
Casper, na I have programmed my team to do an immersion sa
Mhm.
LRT2, visiting my schoolmate, my classmate, Asek Paul Chua, so that they can,
Bostonian?
of course.
Yes,
Okay.
Don Bosco yan. Produkto ng Don
Don
Bosco.
Bosco,
Ngayon,
Mandaluyong
Kyla
Technical
and her
College.
team, yes, Kyla and her team would be able to present to ASEC Paul Chua the merits ng project with the desire to work with the engineers of Paul Chua so that they can take this innovation to the next level. Ngayon, isa sa mga dinidevelop ng Fiati team ko, sila Kyla, under my tutelage is actually to develop our own platform screen door. Hindi siya imposible. I've thought,
Paki-explain, Dr. Marlo, ano yung platform screen door? Ano yun?
okay, a platform screen door is an
Taga si
edge,
Kyla, sige,
is a
go Dr.
platform
Marlo,
edge device that
engineer.
introduces safety. Mahirap magkaroon ng tulakan sa platform, lalo na pag rush hour, at pag nagkaroon ng tulakan, surely may fatality. And it's an instrument of safety. It's a physical barrier. But this platform screen door is so expensive. LRT LRT3 has been in talks in installing platform screen doors as early as 5 years ago, pero hindi pa nagmamaterialize kasi multi-million investment yan. Pero I told Nathan, I told Kyla, I told Carl, and all the rest of the guys, kaya natin i-design yan. There's nothing so hard about it. It's all about robotics. It's all about motion controls. It's all about understanding what's the purpose. It's all about understanding how it works. Itong project ko dito sa Singapore is actually, I reverse engineered yung half-height platform screen door, and I'm doing condition monitoring. I'm able to predict the failure of the platform screen door by leveraging on industrial Internet of Things, by leveraging on big data, data analytics, and data science. Uh, if you have knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, what I can say,
Wow.
what I can say, you will be able uh, uh, to find out and to discern yung tinatawag nating degradation. Everything is in the physical universe.
Okay, Engineer Marlo.
9 minutes na lang ito.
9 minutes. Last, may question lang ako. Okay, we have those beautiful innovations. Okay, a platform screen door, meron tayong accelerometer, and all those add-ons that will improve the comfort of our passengers. Do you think the Filipino people are willing to pay Kasi for every details, for every addition of technology, there's a price you have to pay. Kyla, do you think yung ating mahihirap na mga commuters, do you think they're willing to pay?
Mahirap na
Bakit
commuter din
tataas
po
ang
ako.
ano?
So I'd say,
Mataas yan.
Tataas ang presyo ng
Mm.
pamasahe.
yes, of course, that is a part of it po. Actually, I've been thinking about it as well. If that will be the case, I mean, it should be still affordable to some degree, of course. That's the important thing about public transportation. It should not only prioritize the safety, comfortability, and everything else, but it should be affordable because you are paying to get to one place to another. Mass transportation is very important, but then again, of course, hindi natin maiiwasan that there should be innovations to it, of course. So that is a price that we do have to pay. The question about whether or not they would be willing is up to them. So if they want to get rid of the traffic that we have, the car congested highways, roads that we have, then they should be willing to pay. I think they would be
Yeah,
rather would be
for
willing.
quality.
Doc JD, I sent you a one pager that perfectly explains this question, that perfectly answers this question with
Mhm.
regards to introducing innovation and yung incurring cost. It's a one
Yeah.
pager, cost analysis and cost benefits, and it has been my guide when I pursued innovation. So what I can say is it would be well worth it, especially if the developer is from the ground up. If it's from the manufacturer like Alstom, I tell you it's 10 times, 20 times more expensive. But if it's from the ground up, like for example, if Kyla and Nathan end up working for LRT2, and then they would tell my classmate Paul, Sir, I have something to address that, which means it would be very affordable, and it would be something that would really be worthwhile to pursue. That's what I
Mhm.
can say.
Mhm.
Okay. So with that,
Six
Engineer
minutes
Marlo,
na lang.
yes, I know. Nathan, last question ko para sa iyo, ha? Nakita natin yung future ng Philippine Railways sa inyong mga ating talakayan ngayon. Kaya ba natin gumawa ng sarili nating train? Kasi syempre hindi naman yan kayang gumawa kasi you have to think about the entire system. Metals industry, and energy, everything else is an entire ecosystem. What are your thoughts about it?
Actually, sir, nakikita ko po, kaya po natin. The problem here is yung talagang kailangan po natin talaga na from the bottom, i-inspire natin si engineers to pursue innovation. Actually, sir, nag-start po itong innovations po nito, na nakita ko po, at saka yung gusto ko pong magayan natin ng inspiration po is si Taiwan, because Taiwan can now produce their own trains without the help from other manufacturers through. And even din po si China can produce their own rolling stocks without the help from other manufacturers, which allows them po na magkaroon ng, which allows the engineer to create more jobs and magkaroon po ng mas murang railway products ang sarili po nilang railway systems. By that po sa kakayanan po natin, kaya po natin, but we need to address lang po yung ilang mga problems natin. Unang-una po sa ecosystem natin, we need to address din po na kailangan itong mga ima-manufacture po nating bagon is po siya, mabababa ang naging emissions dito during its production. And number two is kung
Sustainability.
talagang efficient po siya to the point na yung gamit yung magagastos for the cost of usage of electricity or diesel fuels or any other means po ng pagpapatakbo ng trains is talagang mai-utilize po siya properly and wala pong nasasayang.
Thank you, Nathan.
Ayan.
Doc JD, ano masasabi mo sa ating mga kids?
Ay nako, ako'y humahanga sa inyo at kayo ay napakamagandang inspirasyon sa mga kabataan natin na mag-pursue ng ganyan, ano? So nakakatuwa, ang saya-saya ko na malaman kayo talaga ay mga matatalinong nag-iisip para sa ating bayan, ano? Kasi yung mga iba ang iniisip, gustong kong ganito pero papunta sa abroad na ang iniisip yung mga ganon. Ibig ko sabihin, dito talaga yung para sa kapakanan ng ating mga mamamayan. So
At saka,
salamat sa inyo at salamat kay Sir Marlo. Kahit siya ay nasa Singapore, ang kanyang puso ay Pinoy na Pinoy pa rin. So
at
yun ang
syempre,
kanya,
Doc JD,
may malasakit.
ako'y talagang napapahanga kina Nathan at Kyla. Hindi sila
Oo.
yung TikTok lang at saka Twitter at saka yung mga
Yes.
reels. Oo,
Oo.
they speak from their heart at alam
Yeah.
natin at alam ko na malaki ang kanilang future sa ating
Potential,
bayan,
oo,
potential sa
tama.
ating bayan. So as we conclude tonight's enlightening discussion tungkol sa future ng railway system at ang role ng ating mga kabataan, ay ating na-witness ang passion, expertise, at innovative spirit.
Yes.
That will change Dr. JD, Marlo,
Yes.
Kyla, Nathan, the future of transportation.
At syempre po ang suporta po ng ating gobyerno, lalo na po ang DOST at iba pang ahensya, para po ang kanilang mga inobasyon magkaroon po talaga ng implementasyon sa ating bansa, no? At doon po lang talaga masasabi nating Pinoy talaga. Pinoy na Pinoy. Ayan,
And until
nakakahanga
next
kayo.
time, Dr. JD, Marlo,
Yes.
Kyla, Nathan, remember, the tracks to progress are always laid with innovation, determination, and a shared vision. At syempre, ambisyon nating mga Pilipino at ng mga kabataan. At sa ngalan po ni Dr. Guido David, ako po si Dr. Castor.
At ako po naman si Doc JD. Salamat din sa Fiati University. Shout out sa Fiati. Ang galing nyo. Doc Margot, thank you.
Magkita-kita rin naman po tayo sa susunod na linggo dito lang po sa programa na kung saan ang siyensya ay buhay.
Bye!